Hello, my dear sister. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I love your background. I probably should change mine.
Thank you. Thank
Just
you.
blur it at least. How is everything going in your world?
It is going fantastic. How about you?
We're making it. Tend to expect a little bit more out of our PLs, but we're
Yeah,
here and we're live in this piece. So
I get it.
there we go. All right. So uh welcome to another Sunday with Black Poet Laureates. I am going to be here talking with Miss Kim B. Miller today, and hopefully we will be joined by some of our contemporaries from across the country as we celebrate National Poetry Month. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you.
And I am really, really happy at the beginning of this, we were able to share just a short video put together by the poet laureate. Lord, my brain won't work right now. Let's see how that goes. By poetess Kalamu Kashe. And she is a poet laureate out west, and she did a tribute to the one and only Sonia Sanchez. And that was what we opened with.
Nice.
Thank you, poetess Kalamu. Appreciate you. All right. Okay. So I am really, really happy to be here. What does National Poetry Month mean to you?
It means it's a time for poetry to take center stage because I call poetry the last horse over the fence.
Tell me about that. What do you mean the last horse over the fence?
You know, poets don't say nothing simple. We can't just say what we mean. So basically what I'm talking about is when you have an event, typically, not everyone, so we know it's not everyone, so please don't go in the comments and say not everyone, we know. So typically an event happens, you say, well, I have to get the place. Let me go find a venue. Okay. You have your venue. Then you say, I'm gonna need food, people need to eat. You get the caterer. You say, oh, now I gotta outline my program. You get people to perform, you get singers, you make it a band, you make it whatever suits you. Then you're like, well, I have time left over. Maybe I'll get a poet. So that's what I mean with the last horse over the fence. And then normally when we're approached, it's the can you do it for what's that beautiful word? Yeah, free.
And then when we say no, they're like, oh,
Exactly. How dare you? Free or exposure. Either one. Exposure is free. You know, they make it seem like it's a commodity, but it's free.
right.
But I'm like, did you go to the venue for free? Caterer?
No,
Singer?
none of that was free.
Right. So that's why I say we're the last horse over the fence. I'm hoping that will change. I'm starting to see change in that area. So I think Poetry Month is an opportunity for poets to be the first one over the fence and to be recognized for what we do, because what we do
Love
is
it.
important.
Absolutely. Thank you. I never thought about that. Like last one over the fence. I love it. I love it because it's so true. So often, I get that phone call. Very,
Yes.
very rarely am I one of the first thoughts. And the crazy thing is, and I know we're here talking about just being a Black poet laureate, but the most of the time when I am thought of before, it's by the non-Black patron.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're like, they build the whole event around, oh, we're bringing Ray of Sunshine. And it's like, whoa, okay. We need to do better for our people. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Totally.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not going to stay on here long. If it's just you and I, we're going to
Okay.
make this tribute happen, and then we're going to let you get back to your wonderful Sunday. So, Kim, tell us you were poet laureate and tell us the timing and just what you're doing now, like what you're working on now.
Okay. So I was Prince William County, Manassas and Manassas let me explain what emerita is before I say the title, because I know, hey, I didn't know none of this stuff before I became a poet laureate. So don't feel like, oh, it's some, why would you know it? So emerita means that someone had the, still has the title, but they're not doing it. So
Mhm.
if you ever hear that title, people, and someone goes, da, 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 emerita, they're not the current one. They still hold the title though. Okay, anyway. So I'm Prince William County, Manassas in Manassas Park, Virginia, Poet Laureate Emerita, the first and only Black one they have ever had. I am a native New Yorker, born in Brooklyn, spent most of my life in Long Island, and then I moved to Virginia. I know how did I get to Virginia? My BFF moved, and we never lived far from each other. So manipulation started as soon as she
Oh my goodness.
she started, and I was like, nope. And then I came down and saw the area is beautiful and housing was reasonable. I'm like, she may have something.
She might have stumbled onto a little something down here in the
Yeah.
south.
So I've been here ever since.
Got
Currently,
it.
I'm an author. I have two new haiku books that are coming out in May. Yay! Finally!
Publishing. I love it.
Finally. One is called Brooklyn Flavored Haiku. That one
Okay.
is family friendly. And the other one is called 17 Syllables of Poetic Ammo. That one is
Not not family friendly. Got
I
it.
figured you could tell by the titles which one is family friendly and which one isn't. Brooklyn has over 250 haiku, and
Wow.
17 has over 350 haiku.
Wow.
So, been
That
writing.
is awesome. You've been in the lab, in
Yes,
the lab. I love it. So I too, I guess I never introduced myself. I guess because I do this
yeah,
every Sunday.
yes.
If you don't know me by now, then you will never ever know me. But
Ooh.
but my name is Raya Carmen, and I am Poet Laureate Emerita of Knoxville, Tennessee. And I guess my story is I was born in Detroit. And then my family moved south to Alabama, to be closer to my grandparents. My dad was never far from his parents. So,
Got it.
we moved down south to be close to his parents. And then I came to Knoxville for college in 1996, and I never left. And so that's why I've been here this whole time.
Got it. Got it. Sounds beautiful. Sometimes you move for one reason and stay longer.
Yes. Okay. So go ahead. Let's share some poems.
Absolutely.
Sh Maybe a few of those haikus.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna pin you
All
so
right.
that everybody can see your beautiful face.
Why, thank you. Thank you. So, a little bit else while I'm looking for this poem. Yes, I had a poem and I'm trying to, this is what poets do, people. I know what you'll think, dang, they're never prepared. We're prepared, but we change our mind at the last minute. So while I'm arguing with myself, which I often do, I am also a haikuist, as you heard. I am also a host. I host a open mic every third Monday at Clear Book Center of the Arts in Lake Ridge, Virginia. I am a facilitator and a speaker, and in May, I'll be doing my first TED Talk. So happy about that. So I think I have decided, well, as much deciding as you can before you change your mind 5,000 times, which is what poets do, on one of the poems I'm going to do. So this one is called Almost, and this one is in one of my other books called Poetically Inking, Just Me, My Pen, and the Mic. And that one is not family friendly. Okay, just FYI. Almost. I almost paused and looked at the bright sun shining down from above. I hear the sky was so bright. It looked like a large painting with beautiful white inflections, but I just ignored God's radiance. I almost went to view my child embrace and overcome her fears. She glows from the realization that she is capable, but work consumed my time. I almost parted my lips to expound on the sheer joy you bring to my heart, Lord. But I didn't want to be judged as a fanatic. So I just smiled and said a silent prayer. I almost went to see those who scripted the clay that is called me, but I lingered in empty excuses, now regrets of what I face. I almost took time to explore the calling that permeates my inner soul. Instead, I watched other people live their dream. Precious years evaporated away. I almost taught my fruit life lessons and biblical truth. Instead, I let them cultivate their own meaning. Now they don't know the living word. I almost took time to look past my fears to my God given talents, but I let doubt infuse my mind. I'm lost and I have no sense of direction. I almost took time to notice imperfections in my heart and words. Defiance was my response. I pulled away and isolated myself. I almost took time to strengthen my earthly temple, but I was too busy, so I'm barely standing here before you today. I know what you're thinking. I almost died, but you're wrong. I almost lived.
Well, you better come through with that one. Oh my, my, my. That was good. That was real good.
Thank you.
I needed that one. Needed that one in my world.
Sometimes we just need a reminder.
Yes. So I am currently working on a PhD,
Oh, you better go.
and girl, it ain't no snaps right now. Not right
Oh
now.
yes, you in the program. I don't care if you want to shoot people right now. You
It
in
ain't no
there.
snaps right now. It really is. Okay. But what it has done is I've been exploring some of my poetry onto the page. And so what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to share the screen and read the poem that I wrote, because you have to kind of see it to understand the exploration that's been happening. So here we go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Not yet. Okay. What about now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this poem is called Donaldson Family Tree. Owner of slaves and land, Louisiana and Alabama, William fell in love with the slave cook. Her name is not listed, but on the tree. She is my great, great, great grandmother. The reason my sun kissed skin is a part of the family. Together, they were sent away to the plantation in Alabama, and there we were planted and grew to be me. She never knew the poetry she birthed into this tree would flow vigorously into my veins to become Black history. First Black woman to be poet laureate in Knoxville, Tennessee. She did not know, but now I tell her story, share her struggle, make known our genealogy, descendants of slavery turned to love.
Yes. I love that. I like how you formatted it too. That was dope.
So that's what I've been playing around with. It's just like the formatting on the page. And I took a class with Cornelius Eady, great, great poet, and
Hmm.
he kind of challenged me. He was like, okay, so what happens when we can't hear it? Can we still get all of that? And so, yeah, I started working on the page a little bit more.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, this world of poetry. Um, I'm always I guess in a juxtaposition between the page and the stage. And
Hmm.
so sometimes I go from page to stage and sometimes I go from stage to page, but hopefully it's always just as strong. Um, we'll see.
Gotcha.
What are you doing for National Poetry Month?
I have a few performances. I did
Okay.
one actually. I'm so bad. Was it Saturday? I have to look at my calendar. I hate for y'all to see me like, what is she doing? I did one. Actually, it was a panel. It wasn't a reading yesterday, and it was
Ah,
really good with several other authors. and it turned out to be an excellent event. So I think when people have these sort of events, include poet authors. Don't forget us.
Yeah, because we got books. We got books.
Absolutely.
And if you are watching this later and you have not yet purchased your copy of In Fullness of the Word, then you need to reach out so that we can get you a copy of the very first anthology of Black poet laureates that this country has ever seen. So, yeah, I know, girl. We in there. We're about to start volume 2.
Yes.
I started getting some poets in there. And we are now over 25 members in the society. So we are going push, 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 try and get some more poets in the anthology that are not yet members. So
Yes.
all right, you want to share another poem?
Sure. And I think I'll actually share my screen because it's hard to describe. Oh, you have to let me share. It's hard to describe a triptych without actually seeing it. Because then you'd be like, what? Trip what? Okay. So this is a unique form. Let me open it up. So a triptych is 4 poems. So each column is a poem, and when you read it across, it has to be a poem. This is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. So if you want that challenge, don't curse me. Because once you start, you'll be like, Kim got me in this. You have to do, again, straight down as a poem. I'm going to read it that way. Straight down as a poem, that's 2. Straight down as a poem is 3. And then all the way this way has to be a poem. So let's read it down first. And this one is called Life. My existence is being erased. My beautiful lyrics are being confiscated. I see my originality being revoked, all because my flow is too unapologetic. Second poem. So when people call me queen, I wonder why. I don't need more fake validation. I'm not sorry for refusing to allow you to crown me with your imitation gratitude. Poem 3. I don't see what they see. Purposeful misconception has distorted my essence. I need clarity. I'm judged, associated with rebellion. I once made opinions skin braille until truth surfaced. I bleed lies. Now I bathe in reality. So that's the third poem. Now let's do the fourth poem. My existence is being erased. So when people call me queen, I don't see what they see. My beautiful lyrics are being confiscated. I wonder why. Purposeful misconception has distorted my essence. I see my originality being revoked. I don't need more fake validation. I need clarity. I am judged, associated with rebellion, all because my flow is too unapologetic. I'm not sorry for refusing to allow you to crown me with imitation gratitude. I once made opinions skin braille until truth surfaced. I bled lies. Now I bathe in reality.
Girl, 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 girl. Oh man, now I ain't got nothing like that. It's called a triptych.
Mm-hmm.
That is okay. Challenge accepted.
Okay, I like that.
Uh-huh. It's National Poetry Month, so I'm gonna write a triptych by the end of the month.
Oh,
That's my challenge.
all right.
I'm writing this down. Yeah, put it in.
And don't curse me now.
I like it.
I love it. It took me a while to, the 3 you can do, but then you read in the course, it doesn't make any sense.
Right. No, that was amazing. Uh-oh. I think I dropped my pen. Okay. Yes. Yes. A triptych. I'm gonna do that. Okay. All right. Okay.
And so for
Tim.
those of you who've never seen that, if you see a poem spaced out like that, it's probably a triptych.
Right. Because sometimes we don't know because poets don't be
Right. They're
telling
like,
us stuff.
oh, it's
They just throw poems at us.
exactly. They just like to space it for nothing. Not
Mm, mm,
quite.
mm.
We never space it for nothing.
Oh man, okay. So, um, as poets, we tend to go to, let me find my little folder here. We tend to go to YouTube University quite a bit,
Yes.
right? So,
Yes.
I'm also married to a creative,
Hmm.
and so that's not where I was trying to go. He got us into some caving videos.
Really?
Yes, and honey, I had to write a poem about it eventually because we had watched so many of them.
Hmm.
And so where is this? Hmm. I'm trying to find the poem now. Oh, there it is. Confused on Divinity. That's the name of the
Mm.
poem. Um, I don't need to share my screen for this one because
Okay.
I just wrote it as a paragraph. But here it goes. My husband is writing a book about the Ethiopian connection to the Bible. I don't know how he manages to come up with these incredible ideas of the history of African culture. Somewhere in his story, he has decided to include a scene in a cave. For research, he attends YouTube University, and we watch video after video of people that have gone into caves and never come out. The Nutty Putty man squeezed himself into a part of the cave that he thought was a birth canal. Did not realize that he should abort his journey, so now his remains are forever resting upside down in a part of the cave that no one can reach. Just up the street, another ignored the sign outside the cave that said there is nothing worth dying for in this cave. He dove into an underwater cave to catch a catfish, and TVA had to shut down the dam to save his life. Video after video, they choose to place themselves in spaces not meant for humanity, convinced that they will be the first to tell the story of returning from a space only the size of a laptop, misunderstanding the truth that when we fit or when we try to fit into spaces not designed for us, we will only cause damage to ourselves. Tragically, they ignore all of the signs of heaven and man to make a name for themselves, but their names are only included on long lists of those that will rest forever in the darkness of the cave in which they journeyed. I can only come to one conclusion. There is an infectious idea of control over nature. They must believe themselves a type of God that can wield the strength to move mountains. Yet the mountains have yet to budge. The last poets called it a God complex. I wonder how divine they feel stuck between a rock and a hard place, no hope for rescue, and not God enough to save themselves.
Wow. Yes. It's I actually know the video of the first one.
The Nutty Buddy, yeah.
The one that went to the and got stuck upside down.
In the
Yeah.
birth canal. It's called a birth canal.
Oh, is it called that?
Yeah.
Wow. I skimmed, this is me like skimming through the video. I actually know the video that you're talking about. I'm like,
Hmm.
why did you keep going in the
Why did you keep going? It was too
right?
small.
You had been
Yeah.
blessed to make it as far as you made it. Now it's time to,
Turn your butt around.
yeah, no.
Turn your butt
Oh,
around. That's what it is.
oh, wow.
Yeah. So after a whole, we had watched videos for weeks, and I was like, I have to write a poem about this just because it's a God complex. It has to be. It's a God
Wow.
complex.
I know curiosity is a beast, but it's not worth your life.
It is
There's
not.
nothing I want to know that bad. I guarantee you.
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
Nope, nope, nope. Well, I'd say we got probably about 5 more minutes here, and if you have one more poem to share, I would love to
Sure.
hear it.
I
Or
figured,
maybe you have some haiku you want to share with us.
sure, I'll do some haiku. Let's see. So for those you don't know, haiku are Japanese poetry, traditional ones are only on nature. There's more than one type of haiku, but the most popular one is the 575. Haiku is both singular and plural, which is why you don't hear me saying haikus. So it's haiku. Um, Traditionally, and depend on how strictly you want to keep it the rules, they're not supposed to rhyme, and traditional ones have to end each line has to be a complete thought on traditional ones. There's no carry in and break the word up and syllables and all that. We use syllables in the English language. It was based on moras in Japanese language. We don't have an equivalent to a mora. So whoever came up with the use of syllables was the closest thing they could come up with. But
Gotcha.
yeah, they don't actually equal moras. So that's how we came across now. Non-traditionals today can be on any subject. And there's a lot of leniency on the non-traditional on how you can write it. Traditional, there is no leniency.
Hmm.
There's none. But non-traditional, there is some leniency. Me personally, I don't like a capitalized one on each one for non-traditional unless the complete thought is done, because we have been taught to read a certain way. So if you just have every line start with a capital, but you're in the middle of a thought, it throws your reader off. So I
Okay.
personally believe this is not a mandate. I believe when people come for me, I didn't say it had to be this way, people. I said my preference is for people to write it, especially when you do it in a book, the way the human brain, or at least the English brain, people English speaking brain, is learned to read it. So if you break up a word, for instance, you say learn, well, so bigger, G shouldn't start with a capital letter
I got you.
because it's still a continuation. So your brain goes, big, what's jur? What's jur? You see what I'm saying? So by the time person, I missed your whole haiku because they're trying to figure out your capitalization and blah, blah, blah. So in my opinion, do what you want, of course, but in my opinion, it makes sense if you write it that the human brain, the English version, I don't know how other countries do it, that the way we've learned to read, which is follow the period, follow the capitalization. That's how our brain is set up now. So it kind of interferes when we do it the other way. Not that we
Got
can't do it the other way. I have to say all that because people, oh, she said, that's not what I said.
This is your preference.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
allowed a preference.
Thank you. Thank you. So haiku. And I say haiku before each one just because I like to. That's not mandated either. Like you have to say because I like to.
That's what I do. You ain't got to
Exactly.
do it. You do not
Right.
have to do it.
You
Okay.
don't. You don't. So how come super is a man, but we have to wonder about woman? Haiku. Blood is thicker than water. Doo doo is thicker than both of them. Just saying. Now, for those of you counting, it may be a syllable or so off. I'm going based on memory, but I promise you it's written correctly.
I'm not counting. I just needed those laughs. That was good. So blood is thicker than water, but doo-doo is thicker than both.
Yep.
That's good. That's real good. All right. I am not the haikuist in the family. My husband is.
Hmm.
And you can read his haikus on his Instagram page. He is doing one history haiku for every day this month.
Oh, wow.
And there is a wealth of Africana history in every single haiku. It's actually pretty awesome the way he does that.
Oh, okay.
So,
Let me do one for him then. Haiku.
okay.
Who lacks the understanding that blacks have been Tuskegee'd on since birth?
Okay.
Now, for those of you who ain't deep into history, Lax is referencing Henrietta Lacks, and Tuskegee is the experiments done on us. So who lacks the understanding that Blacks have been Tuskegee'd on since birth?
Mm, that's good. That's real good. I love it. So I personally will not be doing a haiku today.
Okay.
I'm just gonna read a poem.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hopefully that works.
Absolutely.
But if you are interested, to follow him on Instagram, it is the underscore UBHE underscore initiative. And that stands for Universal Black History Education.
Okay, one more time for the people who can't type that quick.
The, like THE,
Mm-hmm.
underscore UBHE underscore initiative.
Got it.
Yes, ma'am. Let's see what we got. I got one more poem here. I think I do. But my drive. I feel like I was just in here, but I gotta go to the special folder.
Oh, I get it. I tried to tell them in the beginning that, we pick something, then we change our mind, and then and then the stuff we really want to do, we can't find it because, computer won't make us be great. So
You know it. Computers, they be hating on us.
be fighting, fighting.
Oh, let's see. Okay, so let's see. I'll do this one for my mommy. Where is it?
And the search feature only work when they feel like it.
It really does. And it doesn't help that I just called them writing prompts.
Yeah, I call it different things.
Actually, let's go here so that I don't take up too much more time. The prompt was to write a poem where the poem is the subject. So, dear poem, thank you for saving my life. You found me at the bottom of the barrel of brokenness, put me back together, told me I was more than the sum of my mistakes, gave me the voice to share my story, and taught me the joy in overcoming. I learned from you that nothing is perfect the first time. Rough drafts make perfection a possibility. Sharing means vulnerability. To build trust and makes correct to build trust and makes correction tolerable. I can't even read my own poem. You are my safe place, even when I cannot find you. The answer to every question, the question to every answer. You are the beginning and the end of things, the space between breaths, kisses, and heartbeats. I found myself in you and will forever find you in myself.
Wow,
And that is that poem.
that was beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So
Thank
we
you.
we're working on a novel over here, so I'm doing a novel in verse, and that's where most of my poetic energy is going right now. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
didn't read any of the new stuff because without the whole story, I mean the poems can stand alone, but the whole story is just better. So
Got it. I get it. I get it. We sensitive about our stuff, people. So we're gonna
yeah,
do it the
yeah.
way.
We're gonna make it do what it do.
Exactly. The right
So
way. Our way.
well, thank you so much for joining me,
Thank you for
uh,
having
Kim B.
me.
Miller.
Always a
Um,
pleasure.
You all can find her online at kimbmiller.com, right? That's your
Correct.
website? Yes, I was perusing the other day to look at all your merchandise. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you can find me at raycarmen.com. And you can follow us both on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And you can book us as a paid gig. There you go. There we go.
Absolutely. We would love that.
Not the last ones over the fence.
Exactly.
And I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your National Poetry Month. Write a poem, at least one this month. But if you can get 30 in there, get 30 in. All right? She said, I ain't writing 30. You can get a prompt every day on my Facebook and my Instagram. I know that also Joseph Woods, also known as Black Atticus, is doing a prompt every day as well. So if you need some inspiration, there you go. You got two Black Poet Laureates out there sending out prompts every day. And that's all we got for y'all this month. We'll see you again next month.
Take care.